The four ninjas of the Tenglin family all felt that this time they would definitely be able to give Charlie a definite blow. And Nanako also raised her heart to her throat, for fear of Charlie's accident. For her, even if she died, she would never let Charlie hurt himself. At this moment, Charlie suddenly retreated several meters on the spot. The speed made the four ninjas stunned. They themselves are preemptive, and they are faster than Charlie in terms of starting time. Moreover, they all have a ninja sword nearly 1 meter long in their hands, which undoubtedly further strengthens their attack range, allowing them to take advantage of the opportunity to move faster. According to their understanding, it is almost impossible for anyone to escape at this moment. It's like a bullet that is about to hit him that a normal person cannot escape. However, Charlie did it. At the same time Charlie retreated quickly, the thunder token was already in his pocket. Then, his left and right hands suddenly drew out two swords in his hand, and shot at the one in the air, and the one in front of the four people in front of him at high speed. When the two heard the sound of shuriken breaking through the air, and seeing the cold light flying at extreme speed, they reminded each other, "Be careful." Immediately afterwards, the two of them were about to dodge to both sides, when they felt a sharp pain in their hearts. The person who rose into the air fell quickly, and the person who first rushed towards Charlie also knelt to the ground instantly. The two people who doubled on the left and right wings were shocked by the situation in front of them. Who could have imagined that this person moved so quickly, completely exceeding them by more than 1 grade? It was originally a team of 4 full of confidence, but they didn't expect that even the fur of the other party was not even next to each other, and he would break the two again. Under this circumstance, both of them knew that there was no chance to win at all, and they continued to attack blindly. There was no other way but to die. As a result, the two exchanged glances, and then suddenly stopped. At the same time, they took out a ball about the size of a ping-pong ball from their pocket and slammed it to the ground. Immediately afterwards, the ball burst out with a dazzling light, and another burst of black and thick smoke lit up. The two took advantage of the cover of these two clouds of smoke, turned around and fled. Charlie sneered, and took out the last 2 swords from the cowhide without hurry, and shot them at the 2 black veils of mist. The two of them had actually run far away at this time, but they didn't expect that the sound of breaking through the air was still heard behind their heads, and the speed of breaking through the air was extremely fast, almost leaving them with a flash of light. At this moment, there was only one thought in their minds: they were dead. As predicted. The swords in both hands pierced the backs of the two. The poison smeared on the blade spread rapidly, and the two of them died in an instant. At this time, the faint thunder in the sky continued. Therefore, what happened in the courtyard of Nanako did not disturb other people in the mansion. Seeing that these 6 people had completely died, Charlie finally breathed a sigh of relief, and at this moment, Nanako, who was not far from him, looked at him with tears, horror, and awe in her eyes. "Master Wade." Nanako choked, then turned the wheel of the wheelchair with both hands and came towards Charlie. Charlie took a few steps quickly, came to her, and asked, "Miss Ito, are you okay?" "It's okay, I'm okay." Nanako shook her head, and then she couldn't control her face and started crying. At this moment, her biggest feeling was not the rest of her life, but the great surprise that Charlie's sudden appearance brought her. Seeing her crying as if she was emotionally out of control, Charlie couldn't help but stretched out his hand and gently touched the back of her cold hand, softly comforting. "Miss Ito, stop crying, it's all right." Nanako wiped away her tears, shook her head and said, "I am not cry for what happened just now." After finishing speaking, she raised her head, did not hide the deep love in her eyes, choked up and asked, "Master, why did you come to Kyoto?" Charlie smiled slightly. "I came to Japan to do something. I just arrived in Osaka. I thought that Osaka is quite close to you, so I came to see you." When Nanako heard this, the sweetness in her heart seemed to melt away instantly. She asked excitedly, "Master, you came to see me because you missed me?" "Ah?" Charlie was asked by her. He wanted to find an excuse to conceal it, but suddenly he felt that he came here so far. This action is the most honest answer. At this time, what else can he lie? So, he nodded lightly, and said somewhat unnaturally, "Forget it." Nanako was so happy to hear this. Although there were still tears in the corners of her eyes, she smiled and said with great joy, "I didn't expect Master to still think of me. This really surprises me." Then she hurriedly asked Charlie, "Master, how do you know that I am in Kyoto?" Charlie said, "I met Tanaka at East Cliff Airport a few days ago and he told me." "That's it." Nanako said shyly, "Master, thank you for remembering me, and thank you for saving my life today." Charlie smiled slightly and said, "You don't need to be so polite, just raise your hand." After speaking, Charlie asked her again, "I think you have been sitting in a wheelchair, hasn't your body recovered yet?" "Yes." Nanako nodded gently. "Since the last time I finished the game with Aoshui, I was seriously injured. I was treated in Tokyo for a period of time. I am out of danger, but my body still failed to recover. The injury may be possible, it will take a long period of recuperation to get better." Charlie nodded and said seriously, "Actually, I came to see you this time mainly to help you heal your injury. I didn't expect to encounter such a thing."